Arirang Prime.
من سوسن حاجی‌پور هستم، در ایران زندگی میکنم.
Nezina yanga ni Patson ngoma nikala muno Zambia. Ganza che kuti nikatenge ko medo muno Zambia wakakondoleko bantu.
و در اصل برگزار کردن مسابقات المپیک و جهانی فکر میکنم به نظر من ارتقا دادن صلح و دوستی همه کشورها و دنیا باشه.
Zambia is a landlocked country in the southern part of Africa. It has a subtropical climate and lush forests which dot its impressive landscape. Like most African nations that lack a strong industrial infrastructure that could provide more jobs for the population, Zambia also suffers the same fate, and most of its people live in poverty. Patson Ngoma is a 10-year-old Zambian boy, and he lives with hope and a strong belief in himself. The mornings in Zambia are idyllic and serene. Although he lives in Lusaka, the capital city of Zambia, Patson has no running water in his home and must fetch water from his neighbor's home every morning. Patson was born in Chipata, which is about 500 kilometers from Lusaka. His family was too poor to afford to send him to school in the village, so his uncle brought him to Lusaka.
Patson yolokti vintu siviri bwinati sini sevenza for now. Ningashite manage kunkala naye because chokana kudala ni nangala naye so nizi wakati vamene ningakwanise kudya ine na eva za kwanisa kudero saza nivuta kuti anike pressure ati anko why vintu venzo nkala so manje vambo nkala so.
Even though Patson's uncle is also poor and lives in a tiny room with his wife and baby, he took in his sister's son to send him to school in the city.
Namvera chemuje kaina peza onkala naye mwana. Nimukonda kaya mantandiza elo sininga muzonde ni mwana wa sister wa mnabanga.
Catherine knew Patson when he was a little boy, before she married Patson's uncle, and they share a close relationship. In Zambia, poor families can count on uncles, aunts, and relatives for help.
But I'm not doing that one Taekwondo.
Taekwondo ndia pamienzi na yamba Taekwondo ni train pana bala kona uniform bolo pesa kakona muyelo belt.
Patson zofuna ufika nayo bati Taekwondo yako kuti kusogolo kwa meno enda ufuna uka chite nayo bwanji.
Ndio kusogolo kwenda katika black belt nikali kingambi zidenes.
So Patson nifuna kuti uchite continue sinifuna kutyolekeza okutirize so that ukafike pamene ofuna paja then but na kuskulu funa kutuchite continue school
nambera musho pamene wakamba nzambo kongana pamene mwakamba.
It's one of the happiest moments for Patson.
Okay.
Nikazipunzira kwa skulu na kwebe nimvera musho pamene mpunzira so na pamene namba pena pa skulu.
The uncle and nephew say goodbye. They both have promises to keep to each other. Justin Kadwe Basic School is the largest elementary school in Lusaka, and it still feels like a dream to Patson that he's a student here.
Kumunzine zinamanta maningi chekumanzanga. Sinenzo sobera ija banzanga ati bantenga nenzo wakanira ndimo wandio. So ndio zamini zija ndio bwana borobora na kuna boro join taekwondo. Pakana boro join ija taekwondo na bonkala kuna wanzanga. Bonkala kuna wanzanga na bonkala kuna wanzanga. Ndia hapa manje mtima unaseguka manje no seguka manje nankala na free manje nankala na wanzanga bambiri.
When Patson first came to this school last October, his classmates were curious about him. But Patson did not know how to make friends, and it was hard to adjust to school. But now Patson gets along with his classmates and understands them a lot better.
Nkambiko monga Patson mzanga pezo mbamba school ezei wansoni anja papela joina taekwondo anale kansoni anambombera na bantu ana respect na teacher wonse abamberera na makolo wonse abapasa ulemu apaso akakumberera na ba teacher na ku school achitabwino ndevenzi bakupali mzanga.
Bamena na chinjira kunalenga kondo yako kujoina taekwondo.
Taekwondo is becoming a popular sport among Zambian girls. Patson began taking taekwondo lessons after moving to Lusaka last year. And what does the sport mean to him?
Minen kondra taekwondo. Mtima wanga minen kondra taekwondo. Taekwondo ni unana ule maningi. Ero again taekwondo kulibe vijati monga ujudo so vomenya bogusa na pansi hao. Taekwondo imapasa na mpamvu mtima wako. Mapasa mpamvu taekwondo na hivi. Kama tipunza kwa minangu wa master. Ati ni kupasa ule makolo wanu. Nangu sima kolowan, but nangu siwa blue one kubapasa ko ule. Munga like so munga awo bapita kuja kubaita nako banko so. Bangambere na musho mumtima na baby.
Yeah, cause mzee kungala kwa bana kumanga pena ngole mu alibi. But kuningana kwa meni ama pezeka kutaekwondo wapunsa bambiri. It's like manezi namvira no kanga ni chani maybe ni chani vonse muri ibintu vambiri mna respect mwamene nziba Patson achinja kaule mukaenda ka picking through na taekwondo.
Sininkala niyo pachichonse au mtima mangala che free. Taekwondo ya mine ni free.
Taekwondo has instilled confidence in Patson. Although he doesn't wear a uniform like the other kids because his family cannot afford it, he does not act timid. There's hope growing within him.
Yeah, equally other pupils as well, not only Patson, other pupils, the boys and the girls, they're all learning good materials and everything. They're able to follow what they've been taught through Taekwondo. Yes, I've observed that the boy has changed so much. We started together from grade 1. They are now in grade 4. He's able to respond to everything I'm teaching them. He's become a good boy after learning Taekwondo with his friends. He's able to pick what the teacher is teaching. He now has respect for a teacher and for his friends as well. It's really encouraging.
After class is over, Patson hurries somewhere. Where is he heading?
Taekwondo nchokuja maningi she taekwondo. Taekwondo bonse abamwe mabwera chokuja. Kuti nangu batraina badiamo kuti mpamvu zinkalemu. Mpamvu zinkalamu bazatraina mshemushe anytime ni komboka. Kadi bamvira kuta sibamvira njala awo.
He takes a 30-minute walk to the Olympic Youth Development Center to practice Taekwondo.
Mtima wenza unasangalala maningi chati mwandi iskomo. Mtima wewe wenza unasangalala maningi chenenze nakondwele.
The Olympic Youth Development Center opened in Zambia for the first time under the Sports for Hope program supported by the International Olympic Committee. The center was built in 2010.
For us, it's not just about sport. It's so much about lifestyles. The influence, the positive influence that we have in the communities, in these young people and their families. And they learn health aspects. It's a very good sport for discipline. If we are to count and value really what through Taekwondo is happening to these young people here and hundreds more of their friends and families, is invaluable. And we believe we will continue producing miracles.
After the completion of the Olympic Youth Development Center in 2010, Taekwondo was taught to Zambian youth more professionally.
I think we are envisaging that by 2014-2016, like I alluded to that, Taekwondo, this is the first generation of Taekwondo in this country. We are hoping that as we continue to nurture talent, our main destiny and biggest dream is to see that we participate in the Olympic Games. I'm sure you might be aware that Taekwondo is an Olympic sport, and currently out of the martial arts in Zambia, it is the only one that is admitted to the Olympic sports. So I think that is what we are looking up to. We are trying to see if we can reap medals at the forthcoming Olympic Games.
Among these children are future athletes who will represent Zambia at the Olympics to win a medal in Taekwondo.
I like Taekwondo because it teaches most about how you should live in this hectic world, how you should live with a different person. For instance, even if you are old, young, we treat each other as one person.
My dream is one day to be part of the entire development of Taekwondo, as in have my name somewhere in the line of the growth of Taekwondo in Zambia. Maybe one day reach the Olympics, be remembered for having achieved something great.
In February 2012, IOC President Jacques Rogue and UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon visited Zambia and were treated to a Taekwondo demonstration given by the Zambia Youth Taekwondo demonstration team that had practiced for 7 months.
So IOC pewana bwera na stako encourage njere nacha ma demonstration ma pomses so manati pasako puja ko yatoro kuma
ngambere mushe game ya bolongalira muno mzambia coordinate kuti ni bolentenge ko mwanga wanzanga so bakazi supportako ba supporta ndavya muno ni mu chalo chatu bakazi supportako nina wanzanga wambiri chekuti nikatenge ningambere mushe kutenga ko coordinate ya ikangalira muno mzambia game.
Harboring big goals, the youth of Zambia are aiming to compete in the Olympics to bring glory and hope to their nation. Patson has big dreams for the future. Every day after school, he comes to the Olympic Youth Development Center. He stops by a class before his Taekwondo practice begins. It's a free computer class offered to kids at the center.
Naona kuti kuja vavashita bwino support yao. Ni vantu vakuti valina mtima zija zakuti vafuna opereka kwa vana pasogolo. now na nankala okondwela now. That's why now musta accept kuti ashiteche continue.
Since he just started taking the computer class, he's not very good yet. But Patson is aware of how precious this opportunity is, so he intently listens to the instructor.
For the observation that I've seen is that he's very much attentive and interested in learning more about computers and everything that involves Word and everything.
Ndinokondwera kuphunzirako kutinka computer monga like so vatiphunzisako vajamina benzo kamba apa vatiphunzisako kutinka computer ndiye mwamene tizaenda tiphunzirira so chabe.
When the computer class comes to an end, Patson and his colleagues bow to their computer teacher in a respectful manner. They learnt this at their Taekwondo lessons. Members of the Zambia Youth Taekwondo demonstration team warm up after leaving their computer class. The boys feel especially proud when they wear their Taekwondo uniforms. But Patson acts a bit shy. Even though he's been with the team for 4 months, he still feels awkward. So Eduardo reassures him.
Okay, party. Albiuza timungura master fana mkombo ni vizati votukana vuyanka bakuru bizavama iwe sansani tukana alibe mfana she waurimu timamvirana tikambosobera kamuza sitaso wachita so albe problem yo sitaso ina statia ngizane naye ngapange ko chintu chimozi
amo chabwino chije chosangala na wanzako so kondwela makondwela kona wanzako Taekwondo tikakumboka Taekwondo timakondoenda babili na mzanga so anisegulako mutu mzanga poenda anisegulako mutu ndeva mimi nasegulukirako mutu na ini kumzanga wa mitenzo enda na hivi.
Patson opened up through the help of Eduardo. Now Patson knows how to act around other boys and also expresses himself in front of people.
Taekwondo is very friendship. Tena wakuru bafana, once pasa na discipline. Also bakochi, batpensa vintu veti ngankali kusogolo. Vintu monga pasa discipline makuru, not tukana. Vambili save mapesa Taekwondo. Not vuyambana na vantu mkombo ni Taekwondo keiche kwatche batpensa che kwatini ku school so timambia che mushetikabwira kuna che family yonse timankalira pamoja tagwirizana tapangira plan pamoja tachitira pamoja same na master tikaruvyanya vatikontrolako so ndeve timankalira mtaekwondo.
There's no better way to bond with others than to eat a meal together with them. After a sweaty practice, the Zambia Youth Taekwondo demonstration team become one as they share a snack together. After snack time is over, they receive one-on-one instructions. In this hour, members with a higher level teach a fellow member of a lower level. Patson teaches William, who is the same age as him, Taekwondo warm-up moves.
In a Patson, can be Patson yamanipumzisa na stretching pena bwela la pesa Patson yanamba kudara Patson pena ngo nikaruvia nyama nikontrolola.
In the world of Taekwondo, practitioners share what they have learned with others. At the same time, show gratitude towards those who take the time to impart their knowledge. These boys of the Zambia Youth Taekwondo demonstration team are learning about respect and sharing. Now Patson heads home after his Taekwondo practice is over. On these walks back home, Patson enjoys the peace it affords him. It's especially satisfying because he feels that he's living life to the fullest.
I'm black belt, black belt. Tinipitilize Taekwondo na mwamine niendela na hivi Taekwondo. nikopitiliza kuti nifikeko na black belt.
What is the secret to happiness? Perhaps happiness is derived from imagining one's dream coming true. Patson is happy to have a goal in life and a family that supports what he does. Happiness is a word that repeatedly comes to Patson's mind. As he watches his aunt wash his uniform, he considers himself to be blessed.
But chamina funga kuchita cheni kukonga vameni kamba na kusukuru azienda. So hivyo veve sininga zimuleza. Kanje maganzo yake.
Catherine hopes that her nephew-in-law, Patson, will stay as pure as the colour of his white uniform. On the following morning, his aunt gathers Patson's uniform, which she washed and hung out to dry the day before. She borrows an iron from a neighbour and carefully irons the clothes. Patson knows that his aunt has high expectations for him. Wearing his pressed uniform, Patson takes off. But where is he going? This place is his second most favorite spot next to the Taekwondo gym. Under the tree shade, he pursues another one of his goals.
Ganza che kuti nikatengeko medal mu Zambia wakakondwereko vanhu.
To accomplish his dream, Patson practices moves that he needs to improve on.
Taekwondo is my life because it changes people's character and behavior. I chosen Taekwondo as my life because of its tenets, which includes integrity, friendship, integrity, courtesy, and self-control. Apart from that, and understand Taekwondo as a sport in an indomitable way.
Patson's instructor is Master Patson, whose last name is the same as the boy's first name. Why does he give special lessons to Patson?
Patson, as I know him, he started last year training, and since then he hasn't stopped training. And from what I've seen, is capable of doing it. He has got everything which an athlete can have, and he can make it for his whole long life. If he has support from his parents, from us as coaches, and the OIDC at all.
Master Patson sees potential in little Patson, and thus he is giving him private lessons. How did luck come this way? Patson's uncle Daniel is thinking about his luck today. Patson had no desk at home because his uncle could not afford one, but Daniel somehow stumbled upon a used board. Daniel can't wait to see how excited Patson will be to see the board. Studying in the courtyard of the house, Patson greets his uncle, who is back from work. Sorry for being unable to buy a desk for his nephew, Uncle Daniel asks Patson to help him build a desk with the board. Although his uncle had to borrow a hammer from a neighbor once again, they cobbled together a desk that will fit Patson. It's a special, one-of-a-kind, handmade desk. It's the first desk Patson ever had in his life. Filled with gratitude, he shakes his uncle's hand to thank him for such a splendid gift. Patson's uncle and aunt are thankful that Patson never complains about not having good clothes or a desk as he works toward his goal. Perhaps the secret to life is found in bonding with the people you care about and sharing love. This is a shared courtyard. Several families live together in these cramped living conditions, and the courtyard has become an outdoor Taekwondo gym for a day.
Kamwana kakabado ama festi kamba kunkala kakala up to kaenda pasogoro. So Patson ashita improve cause sense so maybe na even go start delight ponya left is delight so na even I think a picking ashita improve.
Patson teaches the kids to respect elders and other people with a caring heart. Then he shows them Taekwondo kicks and hand moves.
I'm happy because my son is training into Taekwondo. Because this Taekwondo, it will lead him to many things. Like for our neighbor, Patson, he's really trying to make the other children learn from him. So I'm very pleased that my son is part of the Taekwondo, and I'm very happy. I'll keep on supporting him. As he grows up, I'll make sure that he'll try to be a good Taekwondo.
Na ndinankala okondwela maningi wana wanga pene wankala wotrenise wana na Patson. Andi ningaone kuti anga chepesa kwa masovera manga kubafana kuti akazita concentrate kuma physical training za amene bachaya. Andi ningankala okondwela maningi umwana kuti apitirize na ntchito yake amene achita kuti apereke wanzake pali kuchoka pa level ya amene walipo waende pali ja level inango so that na beve wazichepesa masovera cause wakachita concentrate kuti monga Taekwondo swanga nkai nakajaka kaati kame konkhalana maybe aina kukawala chanchani bija kupasa ma problems ma parents swanga kabadibi so uyu mwana tipempa chabe kuti apitilize ntchito yake naye momwe kokonzeru mungati kuti pamene papereza makolo wake mwamtandizako somehow mwampasa ko support leve ninga kambe ko chabe
Kwando ni konda chifukwa ifuna ine ikankaleko wa master so nikafika ko black belt Taekwondo malifika very busy nikachukua ku school nifunika kwenda ku Taekwondo na kuenda kapasane kwenda ku church
nifuna nkaenda ku Olympics nikawena kuna gold medal nani ngafuna kuti na wina ako nani
Taekwondo ni konda ini pasa mpamfu fry ngendo siza school nkazenda ko Olympic.
Patson has planted seeds of hope in these young children, and Zambia's future will become brighter through its younger generation. Iran is where the ancient kingdom of Persia flourished. Located in the Middle East, Iran straddled Europe, Asia, and Africa. The nation has deep cultural roots and a rich heritage cherished by its people.
من سوسن حاجی پور هستم، در ایران زندگی میکنم.
Susan is the first Iranian woman to win a gold medal in Taekwondo at the Olympic qualification competitions. She has a dream she wants to make come true.
و در اصل برگزار کردن مسابقات المپیک و جهانی فکر میکنم به نظر من ارتقا دادن صلح و دوستی همه کشور و دنیا باشه.
This hour is Susan's favorite time.
دم در سالن تمرینم که میرسم هر غم و غصه‌ای که دارم همون دم در سالن تکواندو میذارم و داخل سالن که میرم وقتی تمرینم شروع میشه با آرامش کامل و حس خیلی خوب سعی میکنم که تمرینم رو انجام بدم. تکواندو واسه من واژه عشق داره.
No matter how busy Susan, a member of the national Taekwondo team, is, she takes the time to teach little girls. She's reminded of her own childhood memory of learning Taekwondo when she sees the young girls practice Taekwondo kicks and punches.
البته قبل اینکه علاقه‌مند بشم پدرم با خوراکیایی که من دوست داشتم گولم میزد و منو میبرد سر تمرین.
When Susan was young, her dad would coax her to try Taekwondo by buying her favorite cookies. That's how Susan grew fond of Taekwondo. But Susan's dad remembers it differently.
خودم چون تکواندو تو باشگاه کار میکردم معتقد داشتم حتما باید تو خونم تمرین کنم. تو خونه خودم تو اتاق تو حیاتی که داشتیم لباس تکواندو میپوشیدم و تمرین میکردم. دخترم که به سن 4-5 سالگی رسیده بود با دیدن من بعد یه سری حرکت‌هایی انجام میداد، حرکت دست و پا و پا باز کردن انجام میداد و من شباش علاقه‌مند شد. من براش لباس تکواندو گرفتم، از رنگ سفیدم خوشش اومد. ایشون اولین دختر شهر ما بودش.
Nobody was happier for Susan when she won a gold medal to qualify for the London Olympics than her father, Yusuf Hajipur.
من تو تکواندو خیلی چیزا دیدم که باعث جذابیت من شدش.
Mr. Hajipur wished to see his daughter mature into a responsible and upright person through Taekwondo.
ولی وقتی بزرگتر شدم دیگه خودم به تکواندو علاقه‌مند شدم و ادامه دادم.
Just like how Susan learned Taekwondo from her dad and so much more, these children will also learn important lessons in life under Susan's tutelage.
الان 7 سالمه، از 5 سالگی شروع کردم تکواندو. ورزش خوبیه، بدن قوی میکنه. دوست دارم بزرگ شدم برم قهرمان بشم. به خاطر اینکه ورزشی که خیلی بهش علاقه دارم، هم بدنمو سفت میکنه، هم اینکه هم ورزش رسمی هستش که برای همه مراحل زندگیمون به کار رفته میشه. مثل ورزشکارای دیگه برای جامعه خودشون کسب افتخار کنن.
Do the parents of the children also see these changes?
همینجور که ایشون گفتن میخوام که اعتماد به نفس پیدا کنه، بعد اعتماد به نفسش بره بالا، بعد بتونه که تو جامعه مستقل بار بیاد، به کاراش برسه، خودش کاراشو انجام بده.
ولی ایشون الان اعتماد به نفسش بالا رفته، کاراشو در واقع با تمرکز انجام میده. تو مدرسه عملاً من فکر میکنم که یه سر بالاتر از دیگران هست خب و کمک میکنه که تکالیفش رو خیلی بهتر انجام بده.
برای حفظ سلامت بچه‌ها یک هدفمندی خاصی دارن که باعث میشه تو زندگیشون هدف خاصی داشته باشن، این هدف رو ادامه بدن، به مسابقات جهانی راه پیدا کنن. این خودش خیلی باعث تشویق خود بچه میشه، بعد اعتماد به نفسشون بالا میره، بعد از نظر روحی هم خیلی مقاوم‌تر هستن در مقابل جامعه، مشکلات جامعه.
More families in Iran are sending their kids to learn Taekwondo because of its educational value.
هم جوانای ایرانی خیلی علاقمندن به تکواندو و هم خانواده‌های ایرانی خیلی مشتاق هستند که بچه‌هاشون رو بگذارن در رشته تکواندو. خانم‌ها به صورت ویژه، چون این رشته امکان این که خانم‌های ما در میدان‌های بین‌المللی، میدان‌های جهانی و آسیایی با رعایت پوشش اسلامیشون شرکت بکنن در این رشته وجود داره. به همین دلیل خیلی از علاقمندای این رشته در کشور ما از گروه خانم‌ها هست.
As a dynamic sport with fewer risks of sustaining injuries than other activities, Taekwondo is regarded as a leisure activity among Iranian girls.
کشور اروپایی. بعد ما فکر می‌کردیم که کشور آسیای شرقی خیلی مثلا بدترن، یعنی مثلا اصلا خشکن و گرم نمیگیرن با ایرانیا. ولی وقتی که اعزام شدیم واسه مسابقات ویتنام، از همون هتلش که یعنی ما مثلا محل استقرارمون بود، مهمانداراش خیلی خوب برخورد کردن. تا وقتی که مثلا اعزام شدیم وقتی که کشورهای دیگه میمدن با ما صحبت می‌کردن، حتی مثلا تشویق هم کردن، میگفتن شما تیم ما رو تشویق کنید، ما هم تیم شما رو تشویق می‌کنیم. اینطوری صحبت می‌کردیم. اونا تنها صحبتشون از ما، تنها مثلا تعجبشون حجاب ما بود. نه اصلا، چون که ما توی ایران توی مسابقات لیگی که شرکت کنیم با همین حجابمون شرکت میکنیم. بعد مقنعه‌هایی که فدراسیون در اختیار ما قرار میده با مثلا مقنعه‌های دیگه فرق داره، خیلی راحت تره.
Meeting athletes from different countries in international competitions was an experience that helped Kosar understand other cultures. The young Iranian girls enjoy imagining how nice it would be to make new friends in other countries, like Kosar.
ما خیلی خوشحال بودیم که در واقع کمیته بین‌المللی المپیک این امکان رو به بانوان مسلمان کل جهان داد که با حفظ اعتقادات شخصیشون بتونن توی یه رویداد بسیار مهم که فقط هم ورزشی نیستش، بخش فرهنگی، اقتصادی و سایر امور رو هم شامل میشه، بتونن حضور خوب و موفقی رو داشته باشن. ما به عنوان مجموعه خانواده بزرگ تکواندو رو به عنوان یک خانواده بزرگ واقعا نگاه میکنیم و هیچ وقت نمیتونیم حس بدی در رابطه با کشورهایی که حداقل هملباس خودمون هستن داشته باشیم و اینکه برگزاری رویدادهای مهم در کشورهایی که ممکنه در شرایط عادی ما به هیچ عنوان به اونها سفری نداشته باشیم، این امکان رو برای ما به وجود میاره که از نزدیک با آدمهای کل کشورهای دنیا آشنا بشیم و اون تعامل بیشتر بشه. این مربوط فقط به فضای مسابقاته، ممکنه در سایر قسمت‌های دیگه هم این اتفاق بیفته و خانه‌ها وقتی دلا به همدیگه نزدیک باشه، قلبا با همدیگه مهربون باشه، فقط و فقط به صلح و دوستی فکر میکنن.
The snow-capped mountain near Tehran is beautiful to behold. People are humbled in the presence of the majestic mountain that also represents their wishes to be as pure as its snow. Susan prays to be pure in the competition like that snow-capped mountain. Susan visited the Iran Taekwondo Federation a day before the competition because Babol is a 4-hour drive from her home in Tehran. Her dad carries her belongings to the dormitory located next to the stadium. He leaves afterwards because he has a job which comes before Taekwondo.
انتظارم از دخترم این است که به عنوان یک بانوی محجب اسلامی.
Taekwondo House. There are 1.9 million Iranians who practice Taekwondo. The Iran Taekwondo Federation provides this dormitory for athletes and officials to use during competitions. This is a women's-only dormitory. Susan's mum, Korsum Mosempur, is also her coach. She takes out her daughter's uniform for Susan to wear tomorrow.
همسرم تکواندوکار بود، دیدم تکواندو کار میکنه، تکواندو چیز خوبی است. منم یواش یواش اومدم دیدم دخترم تکواندوکار شد، دخترم که مسابقه میرفت، من یواش یواش علاقه‌مند شدم، ادامه دادم، الان مربیم شدم، خودم داورم شدم.
When Susan was a young girl, her mother, Korsum Mosempur, was a stay-at-home mum, but that changed after the daughter took up Taekwondo. Now Korsum is a professional Taekwondo coach.
تکواندو باعث شد یه نیروی خاصی به من داد، برنامه‌ریزی خوبی بکنم و بتونم هم به زندگی خودم برسم هم به تکواندو برسم.
There are more Iranian women like Susan's mother whose lives have changed through Taekwondo.
من از دوران نوجوانی تکواندو رو شروع کردم و از زمان بچگی به ورزش‌های رزمی خیلی علاقه داشتم و از اونجایی که برادرم تکواندو تمرین میکرد و من میدیدم تمرینات برادرم و خیلی علاقه‌مند شدم به تکواندو و همیشه آرزو داشتم که تکواندو تمرین بکنم. حتی یادم یک روز تابستونی بود، برادرم تمرین کرد، اومد خونه منزل، لباس تکواندوشو آویزون کرد رو تناب که خشک بشه تو آفتاب. من بدون اجازهش رفتم لباسشو پوشیدم و جلوی آینه وایسادم، خودم رو نگاه کردم، گفتم چه اباحتی داره، چقدر زیباست هم این رشته و هم لباسش.
That is when Fatima Babei started learning Taekwondo to later become the chairwoman of the Iran Women's Referee Council.
در خود ایران ما داوری بین‌المللی زیادی در قسمت بانوان داریم. بله، تکواندو رو اگه از فنیش ما خارج بشیم، از بحث فنیش، خود تکواندو در واقع اعتماد به نفس و شخصیت به اون هنرجو میده، به اون بازیکن و به اون داور میده. یعنی انسان رو از یک دنیای مادی خارج میکنه تکواندو و به یه دنیای معنوی میبره.
Iranian women perceive Taekwondo as being more than just a sport and exercise. It's an activity that promotes self-control. Azadi Square is a landmark in Tehran. The word Azadi means freedom. Occasionally you can see people practicing Taekwondo moves in the square. These boys are members of the Iran Youth Pumse team and they are practicing basic stances. We asked the boys what they thought about the Taekwondo skill level of the girls.
بله هست دخترها، خبر دارم دخترها خوبه، ولی من از اونا بهترم.
من علی سهرابی هستم، کلاس سوم راهنمایی هستم و در یک مدرسه غیر دولتی درس می‌خونم.
نظرم اینو میتونم بهتون به جرئت بگم که دخترها انعطاف بدنشون از پسرها بالاتره، ولی من میتونم به جرئت بهتون بگم که چون دخترها زحمت کشیدن به اون مقام رسیدن، پسرها باید به اونها احترام بذارن.
Hamid Nazari coaches these boys. He is a gold medal winner in the 2008 Pumse World Championships. How does he view his female compatriots?
فعالیت‌های خانم ایرانی با حجاب مانع پیشرفتشون نشده در سطح دانشجویان و حجاب به اون صورت مانع پیشرفت بچه‌های ایران نشده. با حجاب عملکردشون مهمه دیگه، دستیابی به همون مدالی که میگیرن.
This is Susan's favorite time. On the morning of every competition, Susan comes here. It's a small mosque found within the arena. Susan prays to stay humble, respect her opponents, and grow as a human being through the competition. A group of female referees hold a meeting to ensure that rulings are fair so that they can choose the next members of the Iran Taekwondo women's national team. Meanwhile, Susan arrives at the arena together with her coach/mum. Although Susan is the gold medal holder in the 2012 Olympic qualification competitions, she must compete in the national team qualification match every year so that the process remains fair and equal. Right before the competition begins, Susan likes to think about the passion she has for the sport as she looks towards the empty arena. Susan and her opponent show their respect as they begin the competition. At last, the game, to showcase their skills and strength, begins. This is the moment that proves Taekwondo is a true and honest sport. Sensors on the protective suit they wear will instantly relay a point when a solid hit is landed. Above all, by trading kicks, the competition will let the two players size up each other's strengths and weaknesses. Susan wins. However, she is not particularly happy, partly because her opponent was not in peak condition.
من نکنید بجز همه چی تکواندو به قهرمانی نیست. من پهلوانی رو از تکواندو یاد گرفتم. نبون بودن این که مثلا خب به حریف، به سالن، به مربی، به داور، به همه اونا احترام بذاری، به بزرگتر خود احترام بذاری، کار کنی. بعد خب خیلی چیزا رو مثلا صادقانه پاک کار کنی. این چیزا کلا همه که با هم جمع بشه میشه پهلوانی یه قهرمان دیگه.